Wow, what up, y'all? It's your boy Rooster back at it again. Ooh, for some Saints talk. Man, I'm gonna miss this season. It's been a roller coaster, ups and downs. But at the end of the day, this is what we expected. We didn't really expect this to be that good at the start that we expected to grow as the season went. That's exactly what happened. Hey, if y'all want to see the most unique but also correct takes about the Pelicans and Saints, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Help the channel grow. I'm here trying to keep some positivity, but some realness. Or you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I just enjoy sports. I enjoy New Orleans. I want everybody, have the time of their lives because life is short. We're entering into the new year. We don't need to worry about stuff that don't matter, but y'all matter though. I see you, pals. Saints bust that ass. It's like 29-6. Amazing all-around performance. This might be one of the best games we played. Just in all phases of the games. Offense, defense, special teams. Pretty much doing anything we wanted. First, you already know I gotta give a shout out to the defense. As always, keeping us in it. Like we always start kind of slow, but it was fine. It was fine because we were still moving the ball, even though it wasn't scoring. We were still moving the ball. The defense didn't even give up a single touchdown. Goose egged them, and that's all we want. They had some key stops, 2 turnovers. Give me that pick. You heard me? They give me that little fumble on whoever the quarterback was. I don't know, dude. It was pretty trash. Whoever it was. But man, hey, the defense was flying around. There was an energy. There was an energy to the stadium. Oh, but this is the game. This is to show us what the future has. If we could just bring in some more defensive players to keep it going. Hey, look, bring Cam Jordan back for one more year, even if he don't play that much. Because he's played well. Like I said, the defense has been incredible. What else? What are the defensive notes? The longest rush yards on a play we allowed was 7 yards. That was the longest rush of the day, 7 yards. Defense balling out. Old school. Look, I gotta rock the bush, you hear me? After a win like this. Can't find a Breeze jersey. I got it somewhere. But we gave up 130 yards passing, really 188 yards passing. They say 130 because of the sacks. We got 8 sacks. 8 sacks for what? 57 yards? Man, let's go. Saints defense was in there. Should have looked up passes deflected and shit because we was knocking them down. We allowed nothing. How much? 64 yards on the ground total. Nothing. We had 1 pick, 1 fumble. Man, look. Chase Young, dog. Man, this season's gonna be nice. We can just keep everything as we are now and just add to the defense. Man, we'll be good. Shout out to special teams as well. 5 or 6 from the kicking. Really, most of our points, came from the field goal unit. And I'm glad we got rid of Groupie. Look, like I said, I have my theories on why he stayed here so long. I have some conspiracy theories as to why Groupie was allowed to stay this long. This dude was like the 38th rated kicker, out of 32 teams. Boy, garbage. Get that boy out of here. This kicker right here, man. Honestly, if we would have got rid of Groupie and signed this dude earlier, so we'd probably still be in the playoffs, to be honest with you, everybody. Look, Groupie's one of the worst at hit. I know I'm not going to get on Groupie. You know what? Forget Groupie. We got that boy, Charlie Smith, old Smitty. Well, you know that boy name spelled with a Y. You know that bit the truth. Why? Because he the truth. You heard me? That boy Smitty. Smitty! Let's go. All right. Shout out to Taysom Hill. First player ever to go 1,000 passing, 1,000 receiving, 1,000 rushing, and he probably got 100 tackles. You know what I'm saying? Show you add that in there. Yeah, they should play him more. So if he don't have 100 tackles, they need to get him in there so that he can get 100 tackles. Because he can play defense. You know what I'm saying? They should let him play linebacker or some shit. I mean, especially in his prime. I don't know. He's our best special teams, tackler, our best gunner. This dude Taysom for years, so I don't understand why he just didn't play a little defense ahead or a linebacker or some shit like that. I think he could be an edge rusher. Man, look, I don't know about him covering and shit, but he's a quarterback too, so he understands like coverages. So I think he could have played a little linebacker. I don't know about safety. You know what I'm saying? I want to see Taysom hit something. I don't really, and the cornerback, I definitely wouldn't put him in a corner. Fuck no, no. Maybe in his prime, who knows? He never died. I mean, he's such an amazing athlete. Taysom needs to go in the Saints Hall of Fame, full-time Hall of Fame. Taysom didn't really get a shot to start like he should have. A couple years ago, that was the COVID years when they had all we had to fly on the back-to-backs. I don't know, that Miami game that made Sean Payton quit, the COVID game that made him quit. They rescheduled other teams, but they wouldn't reschedule us. The Saints, the league. They hate the Saints for whatever reason. And then, Taysom, he just didn't really get a fair shot. And then when it was his turn to start, he was hurt. He got hurt at the worst time. Taysom could have been our starting quarterback. In a different universe, I would have liked Taysom to be our starting quarterback. But I really like him in this role too, coming in every now and then, because he's just so good at everything. I never seen a player who's just so good at everything he does. Like I said, he was our best special team gunner. He was our best running back for a while. For most of this year, he was our best running back because Alvin Kamara was done. Yeah, he was just trash until Neal came through, and then the other dude got hurt, I think. But man, this team. Man, just seeing Taysom ball out makes me warms my heart. Taysom, one of my favorite Saints ever. I gotta get me a Taysom jersey. I gotta get me a little Taysom jersey. That's the next one I gotta get. I see the team with the veterans that's been here for a while, Cam Jordan and them. Also do Mario Davis. Man. This team is nasty. And I don't know. This win just made me feel a kind of way. I'm getting back into it for the first time in a while. I was hesitant on Shuck and Moore, but I've come around. And what really made me come around to Kellen Moore, not just how he performed this last game, because I think this is probably one of his best coach games. Even though I missed some of the first half, you know what I'm saying. It's all in all, I think it was one of his best coach games so far. But the fact that he was talking to Taysom about getting them records, and unlike that garbage ass Dennis Allen, because that it's more than coaching than just X's and O's. You have to be a leader of men and know how to push the button of grown men. You know what I'm saying? Dennis Allen, he's one of the top 5 defensive coordinators of all time. If you argue otherwise, then you just don't know football. Hang it up. Son, there are not 5 dudes better than Dennis Allen all time as a defensive coordinator. But he might be in the bottom 5 head coaches of all time. Because at the end of the day, he's not a leader of men. And you have to be a leader of men and know how to understand the psychology of your team. Dennis Allen couldn't do that. But we got a coach that can, and he was shaky earlier. I ain't gonna backtrack. I'm still not 100% sold on him, but at least in the human department, I think he's gonna be okay. That's the most important part. Shout out to Mark Jackson, who I don't know how he hasn't got the job yet. You know what I'm saying? Out of all this time, I know that seems random, but when it comes to coaches, I really value the human side of it, being able to connect to the humanity of people. That's what a coach is supposed to do. Like I said, leader of men. And let's get to Tyler Shuck, old ass doing his thing. I think he's gonna be stable. He's gonna be stable because of his old age. Yeah, we got at least 3 years. I think we got at least 3-4 years of just high level quarterback play. I'm liking me some old Tyler Shuck. You know what I'm saying? Look, we ain't shucking the job, you heard me? But look, we shuck them oysters over here. You heard me? That's what we do. I told you Shuck got to get a little oyster deal. So I don't know, shuck it for, cause like, you know, I don't know. I'll think of something. He's number 6 or something. I don't know. Some of his numbers. We gotta get an oyster deal for Shuck. You know what I'm saying? Shuck some oysters. So like he was like 20. Let's see what he said. What was it? 32 and 49. I don't know what percentage that is. I know it's pretty good. 300 something yards passing. Receivers was doing their job, making some hell of a catches, run after the catch. Every single Piston was moving. This is a game. This is something to look forward to. We got one more left. Man, well, 2 more left. I think 2. I think 5. Yeah, 5 and 10. 2 more games left. Let's see, is that everything? I think that might be. I might have actually covered everything. Look, it said Saints, great Saints win. I'm gonna talk about the Pelicans a little later. Might make a whole other video about them, but all in all, it's a good time to be a New Orleans Saints fan. Hey, shout out to the LSU ladies too. Shout out to them. LSU doing their thing. You know, I don't really follow LSU as much, but I've been getting back on it a little bit. Shout out to, you know, Coach JB, you know, coming through. He doing just like another one. I was questionable on him. Coach the Pels, but look like he's learning. He's using his bigs a little bit more. And that's my main thing, because I don't like small ball. I hate small ball. Small ball just doesn't work. Anything else? I don't know. I think that's it. As I said, that was just a little brief part about the Pels. I'm about to make a whole bit about them. Shout out to the Pelicans on the same day. Saints and Pelicans are busting ass right now. They both are going in the right direction. Just, hey man, if the season was a little longer, man, we'd be dangerous. Hey, they wouldn't want to see us in the playoffs. You heard me? If the Saints were able to get in, they wouldn't want to see us. This Saints team is peaking. Everybody is moving. Bailey was a great pickup. Then we got them two new wide receivers. I don't remember their name, but they were balling out. Shout out to them. Bye, y'all. That's enough rambling for the day. This your boy, DJ Rooster. Wake your ass up. Because the Wallace never sleeps. You heard me? Who that? Who that? Who that said go beat them Saints? Who that? Who that? Who that said go beat? Hey,